The trouble begins with the sort of regulations, the open fire regulations that allow shooting in situations where the soldiers do not have to defend their lives, when their lives are not being threatened. When their lives are not being threatened. The children, of course, are a special case. Since the beginning of the Intifada, 235 children aged 16 and under have been killed by security forces.
When 2 children are killed, it's an accident. When 200 kids are killed, it's a policy. And you're asking me how I feel as a mother of someone who's exactly the age of these kids? I feel pretty horrible.
Whereas during the first 6 months of the first year of the Intifada, 25 children were killed. During the first 6 months of the sixth year of the Intifada, 38 children were killed. And there's absolutely no excuses to the effect that there's no experience. Soldiers were facing situations that they had not known hitherto, etc.
Whereas myself was deeply involved in the struggle against occupation, and I expected that all Palestinians, all the new generations, will be at some point acting against occupation. Yet I started to see my children growing up, and I started to see that they will be at some point a target for the Israeli bullets.
Its speed is approximately 1 kilometer per second. And actually its devastating effect because of its speed.
We've spent quite a bit of resources in trying to find non-lethal ways to deal with the Intifada. Plastic bullets, rubber bullets, sand bullets, a large variety of ways aside from tear gas and the regular ways of dispersing demonstrations.
You use a variety of measures that are not supposed to be lethal. You have a 5.5-year experience that proves beyond any doubt that these measures are extremely lethal, that they have killed hundreds of Palestinians, hundreds of children, and still you claim that everything is right, everything is fair and square. Where is the catch? What is wrong?
Their practices here is that they are driving Palestinians out of the country. They want Palestinians to leave, which is part of their policy of indirect transfer. And killing Palestinians is one of the policy that they have developed here.
The plastic bullet is 0.9 grams, and it's a killing object too. It kills and causes severe wounds and severe damage. The name is so simple and naive, but still it is a devastating bullet. At the same time with this plastic bullet, they were using what we call it the rubber bullet. And this rubber bullet is in 2 versions. First, the cylindrical version, and what we have it here, we have the spherical version. But if we peel this version, this rubber, we come to inside, we find a metallic core, and which is about 15 grams. And again, the spherical one, it has a plastic cover. If we peel it again, we have a marble here, which is, again is 15 grams. We had many cases in our intensive care have died of this bullet being in the brain. The cylindrical type here, it is lodged in the brain of a patient. The same bullet, we see it here on a girl, which she is 14 months old. This is the same bullet here. 6 rubber bullets in his head, jaw, and his neck. These are rubber bullets here. We can see them on the side here. This is fragmented high velocity bullet, and we see its devastating effect on the bones here. Now if we look at this X-ray, we see small granules here. This is a fragmentation of the plastic bullet.
We have about 240,000 disabled among the Palestinian population in the territories here, and 1/3 of them, about 80,000, are Intifada handicapped. And as I told you, 58% of the Intifada handicapped are less than 18-year-old. So, mainly children.
This again, small fragmentation here. This is a devastated fracture here, with small granules. In other words, with a plastic bullet.
نار أحمر قلبي بستان فيه لوسج.
Israelis should be exposed to the facts of life in the occupied territories. I don't think they should be allowed to live with their own myth about the purity of arms in the Israeli army, in the myth that Palestinians should be thankful for Israelis and Jews to come and settle in this place.
He was shot by the Israelis. The bullet went like that and came to his arm. So it didn't penetrate to his lung. So he was lucky. أكتر. And at the same time, he got some bullets in his chest. And he really underwent sophisticated surgery here. So he's already 4 months here, but his condition is rather good comparatively.
شو اسمه؟
شو اسمه؟ إياد.
نانا.
من وين أنت؟ من مخيم بلاطة، اسمه مخيم بلاطة. مخيم الفارعة sorry, is a refugee camp in the neighboring of Nablus.
They built their state on my father's land, on his father's land. They built their state on our Palestine. And we gave them our hand, and we told them, please, we want peace. You took the plains, the shores, keep for us the mountains to live with our children, with our generation, and let peace between us and you. Because you killed the love in the hearts of our children, and you destroy the character of your men. You poison the hearts of your men.
You see a verse from the Quran here.
Allah يرضى عليك.
And you see the Holy Quran here beside his head.
Allah يرضى عليك.
And a green branch of olive
الله يرضى عليك يا
olives
حسان
beside him,
يا ابني يا
preparing
حبيبي.
him for the...
الله يرضى عليك. محررة يما قلت لي إذا مش أنا يما الجيل اللي بيجي ورانا، مش الجيل اللي ورانا، الجيل اللي ورانا.
مش كل الوطن والبلاد رافعة رايتها واحنا مش مانعين نرفع رايتنا. بصير كل الناس تفكر ان الوطن هو الوحيد اللي في قلبها، واحنا بنضحي في دمنا وبشبابنا. كل الناس اخذوا الشباب نضحي بدمنا عشان وطننا. نفسي اشوف اخوي اللي راح هيك.
We have violent demonstrations inside Israel. I don't know of a case in recent years in which a person was seriously wounded, let alone killed. And yet in the territories, the soldiers use these semi-combatant regulations in facing demonstrations where their own lives are not in danger.
ليش يحرمني ابني انا بامكانه تمن امطار عنه لازم يمسه يا زلمه ويحاكمه. ليش تلطخه؟ شو ما هو فاضي. هي انا فاضي انا. شو ليش تلطخ لي انت؟ شو